Hi everyone, welcome to this instructional video on installing Visual Studio for C# and .NET application development. In this video, I will guide you through the installation process step by step so you can start coding in C# with ease. Before we begin, here's a bit of introduction. C# is a modern general-purpose language that is run on the .NET framework, which is responsible for executing code written in various languages. Visual Studio is a powerful IDE that provides a comprehensive set of tools used by developers to build, debug, and deploy applications for the .NET platform and enhance productivity. Now let's take a look at the requirements. I'm installing Visual Studio on my Windows 11, but the process is similar on Windows 10 and Mac OS. However, if you're a Linux user, you need to download Visual Studio Code, which is an excellent IDE supporting multiple languages, but beware, you must configure a lot of settings to make it operational in .NET environment. For more information, check out the video on how to get started with VS Code on Ubuntu. Link is in the description. Lastly, make sure you have around 10 to 20 GB storage available on your system. Now let's get started with the installation process. Step 1 is to download the Visual Studio installer. Open your web browser and go to visualstudio.microsoft.com. Click on the Downloads tab at the top of the window. You will see many variants that you can download depending on your operating system. If you're downloading for Windows, you will see three options. The community option is the best one for personal use and learning. It has all the tools that a programmer needs to develop full-blown .NET applications. The professional and enterprise are paid variants and mostly used by companies and businesses. So click on free download and wait for the download to be over. Now we come to step 2, which is installing Visual Studio. Once the download is finished, locate the downloaded file on your computer and run the installer. If prompted by the user account control, click Yes to allow the installer to make changes to your computer. Then click on Continue over here. Now the installer is getting ready. This may take a few seconds. You will see the installer window will appear. Select the desired workloads and individual components you want to install, or you can install them later as well after installing Visual Studio. For C# development, make sure that you select the .NET Desktop Development. It has all the .NET Desktop development tools along with the .NET Framework and a bunch of optional stuff over here that you need to develop C# applications. I'm going to unselect these to show you that the total space required is 7.54 GB. So make sure that you have this much space available on your system. Make sure that this is on install while downloading, and when you're ready, click on install. Now the installation process has begun. This may take a few minutes depending on your internet connection, so I will pause the video and come back later. Now we come to the last step, which is launching Visual Studio. Once the installation is complete, you can click on launch over here. This may take a few seconds. Now it is asking you to sign in, but you can avoid this by clicking skip this for now. Then you have to choose your development settings. I'm going to choose general, but you can choose specific environment for C# or C++ depending on your wish. Then I'm going to keep it on dark mode and then start Visual Studio. This may take a few minutes because we're opening it for the first time. Now Visual Studio has started, and to write our first Hello World program, click on Create a New Project. Make sure to select Console over here, and then select Console App.NET Framework. Click on Next. I will change the project name to Hello World, and keep the rest as it is. Press Create. And now a project has been created. At the top, you will see the system namespace is being imported in our program. Namespace is just a collection of classes. It has the same name as a project name. And then you have the class program inside program.cs file. And then you have an entry point, which is the static void main method. Very similar to Java, isn't it? And then to write something on the console, I'm going to use the writeLine method inside the console class, which is inside the system namespace. And inside, I'm going to pass the string hello world. Always end the expressions with a semicolon. And to run the program, I'm going to press on start. Well, what just happened over here. So this means that a program ran and outputted hello world on a separate console window and then terminated. But this happened so fast that we could not see. So in order to stop that, I'm going to use console.read key. It takes in no arguments. So as the method name suggests, it waits for the program until a key press so that we are able to see the output. Now I'm going to run. And you see hello world on a separate console window. And this program will not terminate unless I press any key. So now I'm going to press enter and the program terminated. And that's all that you need to get started with C# development. For further information and resources, visit the official Visual Studio documentation. Link is provided in the description. Thank you for watching this instructional video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more useful content. Happy coding!